Hi, church family. Aren't we living in extraordinary times? You know, extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures. And I'm so grateful to God for the truth for 2020 that we looked at last Sunday. If we're anxious, pray, and God's peace will come. I know that I've needed to ask God for that peace this week, and I'm sure that many of you have too. I'm sure most of us are following the news and will be well aware of the latest COVID-19 announcements around meeting sizes limited to a maximum of 100 people. This week our leadership team have been meeting and praying and dreaming about how we might respond. Earlier in the week we had plans ready to put in place about how we might try and limit numbers of people at our services. But now, of course, things have changed again. And now we feel that God is saying to us to be bold and courageous and to do some very different things. We want to demonstrate that God's people can adjust and respond in positive and creative ways. And we're excited about the potential for the future. So from this Sunday, we will not be meeting at Northcote Baptist Church. In place of our usual Sunday services, we are planning to launch NBC at home. This will redefine what our faith community will look like for however long it takes to get through these extraordinary times. Remember, extraordinary times require extraordinary actions. But we serve an extraordinary God, don't we? NBC at home might sound very different and very new. But actually, when you read the book of Acts, you'll find that's exactly what they did back in the early church. Our dream is for small groups of people to be meeting all around our community on Sundays. That's probably no more than around 10 people or so. We're very aware that we need to keep our physical distance to keep each other safe. We would love to see everyone connected to a small group, even if you don't necessarily have the ability to gather together physically. For example, you might like to use technology like Skype or Zoom. And for those of you who that might be too difficult for you, we'll be able to help you set that up. But mostly what we want is for no one to feel isolated and alone. And if everyone is connected to a small group, then we can all practice watching out for one another. Each week we're planning to provide some resources for groups to use, so you don't have to be a skilled leader to run a group. What we need in the first instance is a whole lot of you to be willing to open your homes to host a few people. If you'd be willing to host a few people in your home on Sunday mornings or sometime on Sundays, then I wonder if you could contact me. Once we have a list of hosts, we'll then find a way of organising people into these groups. Some of you already have some natural relationships in groups, and that's great, but many of us don't. And some of you may prefer to simply stay at home on your own, and that's fine too. We plan to provide some resources for groups to use, which will include my Sunday sermon, which we're working on providing via a video link or certainly an audio link. Maybe some YouTube music links. You can listen to some worship music. And maybe something for the children. We're still working on what that package might look like. NBC at home won't be up and running for this Sunday, but this weekend we'll provide a link to my YouTube for 2020 message, and you can watch or listen at home or get into a group and watch it together. Of course, the most important thing right now is that we all remain calm, that we follow the advice of the authorities, and we watch out for one another. If you've got any questions or concerns, if any of you are feeling anxious or in need of prayer, then please reach out to us. We're providing a one-off opportunity for those of you who would like to drop in for prayer this Sunday evening at NBC. Anytime between 7 and 7:45 p.m. It won't be super organised, but it'll be a quiet place to pray, and of course we'll be keeping our physical distance from each other. Well, friends, I'm looking forward to sharing this Sunday's message with you in our Truths for 2020 series. It's such a relevant message again, thinking excellent thoughts. So see you on Sunday on video. God bless.